Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Red Angus Pin Show today here at the 2024 National Western Stock Show. It is my pleasure to serve as your ring announcer today, and looks to be and proves to be a very competitive and deep set of Red Angus cattle that we're going to bring to you today. The way we're going to do this, we're going to start off with our pin of 3 Red Angus females. We have 2 pins, so as we bring these cattle into the far end, we'll turn those cattle loose one at a time as I introduce them. Our judges will evaluate those. We'll catch them back here in the pen, and then we'll bring our second pin in, and then we'll bring them back caught, haltered back in for our judge to evaluate. So these 2 pins will serve as your grand and reserve grand champion pin of 3 females. And as we begin today, it is my pleasure to introduce to you to present our first pin from 6 Mile Red Angus Limited in Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan, Canada. The first heifer in 6 Mile's pin of 3 females, these are all March heifer calves, is 6 Mile Enid 411L. This is a March 11th daughter of 6 Mile Parabellum 675G. This female weighed 780 pounds. Also, it is my pleasure to introduce to you my dear friend, Mr. Scott Werning, and his son, Creighton, who's going to assist his dad in the ring today, evaluating your Red Angus cattle. Of course, Scott is from Emery, South Dakota. He and his family own and operate Werning Cattle Company, of course, the famous WC brand. Scott, along with his wife Ashley and, of course, son Creighton and Thatcher, will hold their 43rd annual sale this February, selling Angus, Sem-Angus, Simmental, and Red Angus cattle. They'll be offering 160 bulls and 115 bred females. Of course, the WC brand is noted all across the country for great quality cattle, and we are so happy to have Scott and Creighton Werning here to evaluate our Red Angus cattle. Folks, if you would, please give them a big Denver welcome in this cold, snowy Denver day to evaluate our cattle. The second animal, the second heifer in 6 Mile Red Angus's pen, this is 6 Mile Miss Pride 461L. This is a March 20th female and daughter also of 6 Mile Parabellum 675G. This female weighed 770 pounds. Of course, 6 Mile Farm is no stranger to the Red Angus business. 6 Mile is a 4th generation cattle ranch that currently runs 700 head of black and Red Angus seed stock in the rolling hills of southern Saskatchewan, Canada. Just 30 miles north of the Montana border, they use an intense selection pressure over the past 45 years, which has resulted in a highly maternal cow herd that thrives in our low-input, hard grass environment. They're family owned and operated by Clayton and Corinne Gibson and Tyson and Callie Hertz, and their family's 6 Mile Ranch, where customers become friends. Their sale this year will be, their 49th annual bull sale will be on April 6th, and they'll have an online embryo and semen sale inventory on February 8th, and also a genetic-focused female sale on November 20th. Go to their website for more information to www.6mileredangus.com. And our third and final member of this March heifer calf pen of females from 6 Mile Red Angus is 6 Mile Miss Star 426L. She's a March 12th daughter also of 6 Mile Parabellum 675G, and she weighed 815 pounds. This pen had an average weight of 783 pounds. Again, all middle of March heifer calves and all half-sisters sired by 6 Mile Parabellum 675G. Okay, we'll give 6 Mile just a few minutes here to catch these heifers, and we'll bring them back in as a group for our judge, Scott Warning, to evaluate. Again, this is your pen of 3 March heifer calves presented to you by 6 Mile Red Angus Limited, Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan. And this pen of heifers had an average weight of 783 pounds. All middle of March heifers and all paternal half sisters. Perfect. Okay. Hey, we're going to bring in our second pen, and we'll just bring them all back in together after we look at this next pen. And I'm so happy to bring to you our second pen of heifers here in our pen of 3 females. This is coming to you from L83 Ranch in West Hope, North Dakota. This first heifer coming to you is a January 25th daughter of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J. This is a January 25th female, and her name is L83 Lily 302L. She weighed 860 pounds. L83 Ranch is a family-owned and operated ranch from West Hope, North Dakota. They've been raising Red Angus cattle since 1998, a family-owned and operated ranch, and their annual production sale will be March 26th this year on the ranch in West Hope, North Dakota. The second member of our pen of 3 females from L83 Ranch, this is L83 Lauren 314L. She is a February 10th daughter of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J. This female weighed 955 pounds. And the third and final member of this pen from L83 Ranch is L83 Lexi 304L. This is a January 26th daughter of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J. This female weighed 935 pounds. Again, this is your pen of 3 females. These are all January and early February females presented to you by L83 Ranch, West Hope, North Dakota. And this pen had an average weight of 917 pounds and are all daughters of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J. Again, this is your pen of 3 females presented to you by L83 Ranch. Their sale again will be March 24th this year at the ranch. And this pen, again, had an average weight. Was that right? Did I give the right sale date? 26th, I'm sorry. I don't want them showing up 2 days early, and you have to feed them for 2 days. It's in Mandan. Oh, okay. And so I just got corrected. The sale will be in Mandan. The sale is March 26th. Their production sale will be in March 26th in Mandan, North Dakota. So we're going to let L83 catch this set of heifers. The first pen, again, is presented to you by 6 Mile Ranch Limited, Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan, Canada. These are all March daughters of 6 Mile Parabellum 675G. And this pen had an average weight of 783. And your pen from L83 Ranch in West Hope, North Dakota. These females are all late January, early February daughters of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J, and they had an average weight of 917 pounds. So now our judge, Scott Werning, from Emory, South Dakota, along with his son, Creighton, will be evaluating these 2 pens and select our grand and reserve grand champion, pen of 3 Red Angus females.
Well, good morning. Great to be here again today. We had a blast the last 2 days judging some other breeds and pen shows of other breeds, and really excited to come do the Red Angus. We've kind of watched the Red Angus deal, kind of dabbled it in here for about 5 years, so we're excited to just come get our eyes on some cattle and make the trip to Denver and see a bunch of good Red Angus cattle today. I'm sure of it. And a great way to start it off here, these 2 pens and 2 firms that brought you 2 great pens of heifers. And we think it's really close. We'll just talk about them here just a little bit. The younger March heifers that come in first, boy, just super uniform in type and kind. I mean, they really fit together. They did a nice job of bringing 3 heifers that are just kind of peas in a pod, just as far as their design, their type. They're big-bodied, they're cowy females. They look like they're going to be extremely nice, productive, long-term kind of brood cows. Females that got just some extra rib shape and dimension to them. Just really kind of a neat set of heifers that maybe just going to be a little more moderate compared to that second set that came in. But I think just a very, very complete trio there. That firm brought a nice set to town. The heifers that come in second, the older heifers, not only are they older, but I think they're just different. We got two different pens of heifers here. I think if you want just a little more growth, a little more weight per day of age, this is the pen you're going to like. They're a little bigger frame, they're longer sided, got just a little more hip and bone in them. Really like just the added scale and performance and weight per day of age that those heifers bring to the table. So Creighton and I talked. I think it's close. I think you could. You guys go ahead and pick out the ones that you like. Like I said, I don't know. I'm sure these heifers will be for sale at some point in their life, or maybe there's already a plan. But go ahead and look at the data, pick out your favorites, go talk to these breeders, because there's a lot of differences in both these pens. Like I said, if you want a little more performance, I think you're going to like that older pen and what they bring to the table. If you want just a little, maybe a little more moderation and type, you're going to like that first pen better. But you go ahead and pick out the ones you like. Today, I thought there's one pen that was maybe just a little stronger on their third heifer, and that's what kind of what we realized yesterday. I do get to judge some cattle shows around the country, but you don't get to judge many pens of threes. And when you bring these pens of threes, the uniformity and just that just brings a whole nother element to kind of lining them up. And so you really, them just trying to get 3 or 5, and like we had yesterday in some of them shows, just to match up is kind of challenging. And I commend these breeders, but I thought the pen that maybe just had a little stronger third heifer was the younger set of heifers. They're going to be your champion. Those big high growth heifers are going to be reserved. Let's put our hands together. Those firms brought 2 awesome sets of heifers.
And selected as your grand champion pen of 3 females this year at the 2024 National Western Pen Red Angus Show goes to 6 Mile Red Angus Limited, Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan, and your reserve champion pen of 3 females goes to L83 Ranch, West Hope, North Dakota. Congratulations to both 6 Mile and to L83. Hey, we're going to take official photographs at the backdrop after the show, okay? And that way we can move along into our bull show and then go fight the elements. Maybe it'll stop snowing by that time. Okay, Red Angus bull exhibitors. Since all of your bulls are the same age, virtually everybody's got early February, late January bulls. We're all going to show them as one class. As you bring in your pen, you can run your bulls into this alley and catch them, and you can tie them back out here in your makeup area. You don't have to keep them in these pens right here. And then as we get ready to come back in to select our champion of reserve, we'll bring them back in the order that they're shown, and you guys will start holding the bulls over here next to this gate, and we'll just make a big semicircle around the outside ring. If that'll all work for everybody, I think that'll be the fairest way for our judges to be able to see them in one group. Okay, so if we are ready, it proves to be a very competitive and extremely high quality set of Red Angus bulls to bring to you, and our first pen comes to you from Diamond Angus in Henderson, Nebraska. This is a set of mid-February and one mid-March calf. And the first bull coming into the ring here, this is entry 5214 from Diamond Angus, Henderson, Nebraska. This first bull is KDS Hollywood 337. This is a February 18th son of KDS Red Baron 111. This calf weighed 1,220 pounds. Diamond Angus Reds, the Red Angus program started in 1987 with a red heifer calf born out of their black program. They added Ted Red Angus pairs in 1990. They held their first bull sale in 1991. They are currently running about 50 Red Angus cows and 50 Black Angus cows, and they will be holding their 34th bull sale on March 2nd at the ranch, featuring 20 Black Angus yearlings and 20 Red Angus yearlings. Their breeding program is influenced by their motto, "In pursuit of excellence, where the only extreme we pursue is extremely well balanced." Again, this is your pin of 3 Red Angus bulls from Diamond Angus, Henderson, Nebraska. The second member of this pin is KDS Viper 326. He is a February 11th son of KDS Red Baron 111, and this calf weighed 1,215 pounds. And the third and final member of this pin of bulls from Diamond Angus in Henderson, Nebraska is KDS Maverick 353. This is a March 10th son of KDS Red Baron 111. This bull weighed 1,075 pounds. This pin had an average weight of 1,170 pounds, 1,170. And again, all half brothers, all sons of KDS Red Baron 111. Okay, we're going to bring these 3 bulls out together as a group. Again, these are all half brothers, all sired by KDS Red Baron 111, and this pin had an average weight of 1,170. Okay, we're now ready for our second pin. And this pin is brought to you by J6 Ranch Incorporated, Gibbon, Nebraska. This first member of the pin is J6 Maxed Out 812L. This is a February 12th son of WEBR Maxed Out 627, and this calf weighed 1,125 pounds. Of course, J6 Farms was founded on July 6, 1992. Over the last 9 years, they have focused heavily on raising production-oriented Red Angus cattle and market 60 bulls annually through private treaty in the spring. J6 is located in south central Nebraska and run a tremendous set of Red Angus cows on that great farm. The second member of this pen is J6 Max Cover 866L. This is a February 26th son of J6 Maxed Out 121G. This calf weighed 1,075 pounds. And the third and final member of our pen of 3 bulls from J6 Farm Incorporated, Gibbon, Nebraska. This is J6 hashtag 100L. This is a February 1st son of PIE hashtag 1249, and he weighs 1155. This pen had an average weight of 1118. Average weight 1118. All February yearling bulls. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your pen of 3 Red Angus bulls coming to you from J6 Farm Incorporated, Gibbon, Nebraska. Again, this pen had an average weight of 1118. All right, Ben, get in there and catch them. Okay, folks, our third pen, this is entry 5218. This is a pen of 3 bulls presented to you by L83 Ranch, West Hope, North Dakota. Of course, L83 had a pen of 3 females earlier, but L83 Ranch is a family-owned and operated operation in West Hope, North Dakota. They've been raising Red Angus cattle since 1998, and their annual production sale will be in Mandan, North Dakota on March 26th of this year. The first member of this pen from L83, this is L83 Hotwire 21L. This is a February 21st son of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J, and this calf weighed 1,130 pounds. The second member of this pen is L83 Amped 3L. This is a February 4th son of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J. This calf weighed 1,095 pounds. Again, a February 4th son of Jolt, and he weighed 1,095 pounds. And the third and final member is L83 Voltage 18L. This is a February 16th son of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J. This calf weighs 1,095 pounds. This pen had an average weight of 1106, again from L83 Ranch, West Hope, North Dakota, and all are half brothers, all sired by 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452J. Okay, folks, moving into our next pin. This is entry 5212, presented to you from Curn Red Angus, Briarcrest, Saskatchewan. This is Red Colburn Premium 3059. He is a February 10th son of Red Duralta 167 Momentum 11H. And this calf weighs a 1355. Colburn Red Angus is owned and operated by Ward and Brittany Colburn and family. They've been raising purebred Red Angus seed stock for 32 years and are located in Briarcrest, Saskatchewan. They run a purebred Red Angus herd of 150 cows and a small herd of purebred Simmentals, as well as about 300 commercial Red Angus and Simmental cattle. They hold their annual Colburn and Merritt bull sale on the ranch at Briarcrest with their sale partners at Merritt Cattle Company. This year's sale date is March 25th, and they will be offering 45 Red Angus, 12 Simmental, and 50 Black Angus yearling bulls. They have built their cow herd around strong cow families, emphasized on sound feet and legs, hardiness, consistency, longevity, and udder quality. Their goal is to produce herd sires that are sound and thrive in commercial world, providing muscle, performance, durability, as well as calving ease. The second member of this pin from Colburn Red Angus is Red Colburn Advance 3062. He is a February 11th son of Red Duralta 167 Momentum 11H, and this calf weighed 1170. And our third and final member of this pen of 3 Red Angus bulls from Colburn Red Angus is Red Colburn Global 3041. This is a February 5th son of Red SVR Continental 112E. This calf weighed 1285. This pen of 3 bulls, all February yearling bulls, had an average pen weight of 1263. Okay, folks, again, moving on to our next pin. This is entry 5217, presented to you from 6 Mile Red Angus, limited in Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan, Canada. The first bull in this pin is 6 Mile Mr. Oak, 169L. This is a February 10th son of 6 Mile Mossy Oak, 175H. And this calf weighs 1,015 pounds. Six Mile Ranch, again, is owned and operated. It's a fourth generation cattle ranch that currently runs 700 head of black and red Angus seed stock in the rolling hills of southern Saskatchewan, Canada, just 30 miles north of the Montana border. Through intense selection pressure over the past 45 years have resulted in a highly maternal cow herd that thrives in our low input, hard grass environment. The family owned and operated by Clayton and Corinne Gibson and Tyson and Callie Hertz and their families. 6 Mile Ranch, where customers become friends. Their 49th annual bull sale will be this April 6th, 2024. On February 8th, they'll have an online embryo and semen auction, and November 20th, they'll have their genetic focus female sale. For more information about 6 Mile Ranch, go to www.6mileredangus.com and go visit them while you're here in Denver in pins 311 and 313. The second member of 6 Mile Red Angus's pin is 6 Mile Mr. Wick, 77L. This is a February 1st son of 6 Mile John Wick, 882E, and this calf weighed 1115. And the third and final member of our 6 Mile pin is 6 Mile Showman, 87L. This is a February 2nd son of 6 Mile Showman, 580H, and this calf weighed 1,100 pounds. This pin had an average weight of 1070. Average weight, 1070. Again, your pin from 6 Mile Red Angus Limited, Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan, Canada. Again, this was your pen of 3 bulls from 6 Mile Red Angus, limited in Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan. Again, that pen had an average weight of 1070. Our next pen, this is entry 5216 from Frank Family Genetics in Chapel, Nebraska. This first bull in the ring is FFG Grindstone 3194. This is a January 30th son of HXC Grindstone 9908G, and this calf weighs 1110. 1110. Frank Family Genetics has been in the Red Angus business since 2016. Their annual bull sale is set for February 19th this year and will be held at the ranch in Lodgepole, Nebraska. They will be selling 115 Angus and Red Angus bulls at their annual production sale. Again, this is your pen of 3 bulls from Frank Family Genetics in Chapel, Nebraska. The second member of this pen from the Frank family is FFG Empire 3274. This is a February 18th son of H-Bar-H Empire 1046. His calf weighed 995 pounds. And our final member from the Frank Family Genetics in Chapel, Nebraska. Now this pen is FFG Redwood 3249. This is a February 10th son of Duff Redwood 1941. This pen had an average weight of 1,056 pounds. Again, your pen of 3 Red Angus bulls from the Frank Family Genetics in Chapel, Nebraska. Again, this pin presented to you, this is entry 5216 from Frank Family Genetics in Chapel, Nebraska. Again, this pin had an average weight of 1,056 pounds. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our final pin of the 3 bulls in our Red Angus show. This is a pin, this is entry 5213, presented to you from Switzer Red Angus in Milford, Nebraska. Your first entry is SRA Blue Ribbon 302L. This is a January 10th son of Bieber CL Stock Market E119, and this bull weighed 1245. Switzer Red Angus from Milford, Nebraska. Currently own and operate, family own and operate, and have 150 head of registered Red Angus females, which started back in 2014. Their 8th annual bull and female sale will be Friday, March 22nd at the ranch in Milford. Again, this is the first entry in the pin from Switzer Red Angus, Milford, Nebraska. The second member of this pin of 3 bulls from Switzer Red Angus is SRA Chief Stock Market 9262L. This is a January 2nd son of Bieber CL Stock Market E119. This calf weighed 1220. And our third and final member of this pin is SRA Mac Daddy 301L. This is a January 13th son of Bieber CL Stock Market E119, and this bull weighed 1220. 1220. This pen of half brothers, all sired by Bieber CL Stock Market E119, had an average pen weight of 1228. Again, presented to you by Switzer Red Angus, Milford, Nebraska. Again, this is our final pinnables in our Pen of 3 Red Angus show. Following the evaluation of this pen from Switzer's, then we'll bring in all of our pens and present them at once for our judges. Of course, again, we want to reintroduce our judge again, Mr. Scott Werning from Emory, South Dakota. He's assisted by his son, Creighton. Of course, Scott and his wife, Ashley, and their children, Creighton and Thatcher, along with their family, will be holding their 43rd annual Werning Cattle Company sale in February, where they'll be selling 160 bulls and 115 bred females representing the Angus, Simmental, Sem-Angus, and Red Angus breeds. Again, this is our final pen presented to you from Switzer Red Angus, Milford, Nebraska, and this pen had an average weight of 1228. Okay. If you guys are ready, let's swing the gate. This is entry 5214 coming in the ring. This is our first pen of Red Angus bulls presented to you from S. Diamond Angus in Henderson, Nebraska. This set of half brothers sired by KDS Red Baron 111 had an average weight of 1170. Let's just start holding them up right here. Just bring them in facing the rail there by the gate. Your second pen that was of today was presented to you by J6 Farm Incorporated from Gibbon, Nebraska. This pen had an average weight of 1118, and they had a son of Weber maxed out 627, a son of J6 maxed out 121G, and a set of Pi hashtag 1249. Again, this pen had an average weight of 1118. These were all late February calves. Our third pen, presented to you from L83 Ranch in West Hope, North Dakota. These were all half brothers of 6 Mile GSF Jolt 452G or J, and they had an average weight of 1106. Again, these are all February calves, average pen weight 1106. Our fourth pin was presented to you from Curn Red Angus in Briarcrest, Saskatchewan, Canada. This pin had an average weight of 1263. There were two sons of Red Duralta 167 Momentum 11H, and the third bull, a son of Red SVR Continental 112E. Again, your pin presented to you from Curn Red Angus, Briarcrest, Saskatchewan, Canada. Our fifth pin is presented to us from 6 Mile Red Angus from Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan, Canada. In this pin had an average weight of 1,070. All February yearling bulls. We had a 6 Mile Mossy Oak 175 son, a 6 Mile John Wick 882E son, and a 6 Mile Showman 580H son. Our next pin is entry 5216, presented to us by the Frank Family Genetics Farm in Chapel, Nebraska. This pin of bulls had an average weight of 1,056. And they had a son of HSC Grindstone 9908G, a son of H-Bar H Empire 104 or 1046, and the final bull there was a son of Duff Redwood 941. And our final pin presented to us from Switzer Red Angus, Milford, Nebraska. And this set of bulls had an average weight of 1228 and were all half brothers sired by Bieber CL Stock Market E119. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together. What a great set of Red Angus bulls the breeders brought to Denver this year. Hey, Scott, I'm going to need you to play some 1 to 7, okay?
Well, folks, I commend everybody for being here. If you're in the Red Angus business or Red Angus enthusiast, you're in the right spot today, because this is absolutely incredible. 7 awesome pens of bulls that all are different. All got their, I think, got their piece in place in the business, and really commend all these firms for bringing good sets of bulls. I would imagine. Doesn't matter which pen of these bulls, if they were mine, I'd probably be pretty excited and have high expectations for coming to Denver, and they so should. So, yeah, they're all the same age pretty much, so they kind of all had to be in the same class. That's just the way it has to be, because when they're the same age, they just got to be in the same class. So, which made for a really nice for Creighton and I to evaluate them, because they are all the same age, so you can really kind of put them all on a level playing field and kind of sort them out that way. So we're just going to go ahead and talk about these bulls, talk about each pen, and before we start placing them. That first pen that came in, really like just the uniformity of these bulls, really fit together nice. I mean, they are all very, very similar in type and kind. I think they're all out of the same sire. Really, they're kind of the extended group of bulls out of this 7 out here. These bulls got some extra height to their shoulder. They got some extra length and extension compared to some of the other pens. Just a pen of bulls. They're very uniform. Got a little more frame and size and look. And I think if that's what you're looking for, I would definitely check these guys out. They got nice hip to them. They got a nice front end to them. They're very elevated up front. And bulls that just fit together very, very nice, very uniform, and I like that about them. Maybe not quite as much punch and shape as a few of the other pens, but they've got their other advantages just as far as look and size and scale and soundness. The pen of bulls that comes next here, I think it's, I can call them by their number, 5215. Boy, here's the really heavy muscled bulls out of this drive. Big stifle bulls. They come in and they got a huge stifle working in them, big top, big middle, sound structured bulls too, and just bulls that, they're no doubt they're more the moderate bulls in this class of 7, but they don't really give up a lot of weight. They're wide bodied. They're big, bold sprung bulls that just, boy, and really you study these bulls. They got a ton of stifle in them, a ton of quarter in them. I like that about them. If I want to nitpick them on there's maybe one bull that I'd like to make just a little bigger scrotal, one bull that maybe gets outside of himself just a touch, but they fit together really good. Boy, if you want them big-bodied, if you want to add some muscle, add some stifle, really check those bulls out. The next pen of bulls here, 5218, really hit us hard with that first bull. I think he's really good. I would check him out. Just a pen of bulls that really strikes us as just very functional. Don't have a lot of big holes in these bulls. They're sound structured. They got some extra size, some extra length to them. Cattle that can really get around and move. I think they're about right in their condition. They don't look like they've been pushed super hard, yet they've got some weight. They've got some mass to them. And like I said, that first bull, the bull on my left here, I think he's really, really good. I think just a super complete bull that's got some growth, got some power, got some nice structure to him. Like I said, I don't want to take away from the other 2 bulls, because maybe that bull's just that good, but the other 2 bulls I think are respectable. They're maybe just don't quite match that first one, but we kind of seen that in some other pens, that really elite individual. I don't want to let him, I don't want to use him as a disadvantage to this pen, because the other 2 bulls are solid. They just maybe don't have the extra intangibles that he has. Really the big stout group, high weight per day of age bulls here in 4th. In this 4th pen here, pen 5212. Really an impressive individual in that pen, that bull in the middle, the dark red bull. Really intriguing to me, just as far as his look, his muscle, his squareness, stoutness. Then there's another one to his right, a lot like him. Bulls that are just really got a neat combination of look, stoutness, and muscle. The bull to the left, just standing there, very, very, very impressive. If I'm going to pick on this pen, I'd like to see that one bull just move just a little better. I'd like to see him be just a little more pliable. But I don't want that to take away from their quality, because they are stout, they are square, they are really heavy duty, and I like them quite a bit. The next pin here, 5217, no doubt this is the really uniform pin out in this drive, and just bulls that fit together very, very well. Big bodied, square made, square built, just really functional kind of cattle. Look like they're going to make some nice females. Again, I think there's a really good individual. The individual on the right here, I would encourage you to check him out. He looks really, really studly to me, just wide made, cool looking, big bodied. And like I said, maybe that bull in the middle maybe doesn't match the two on the outside quite as well as we've seen in some of these other pens, but boy, they're very uniform, very high quality set, big scrotal, sound, good bodied kind of cattle. The next pen here, the 5216, no doubt you can tell these the first two bulls that come out in that pen we maybe liked as well as any of them. The first bull here to my left, boy, if you want some that got a little extra look, a little extra soundness, you will absolutely want to check these first two bulls out, because they are really elevated up front, and then they still got some muscle and some power when you get behind them. Bulls, you can tell just they're the lighter bulls out here, but you can tell just by their hair coat and their condition, they have probably had the least amount of feed and push to them, but I think there's plenty good and ready to go today for this judge, and I appreciate the condition they're in, but you can tell they're just super good hair coats on these bulls that sometimes you can tell those bulls maybe just haven't had as much energy to them, but I do think that bull on the left is, again, like some of these other ones, very, very intriguing. I think he's really, really interesting, and then the second bull fits him very, very closely, just as far as type, kind, soundness, design, extension, balance, and symmetry. I think very, very good. The third bull, not a bad bull. He just doesn't fit the other two. He's chock full of muscle. He's wide based. Really good calf. He just, Creighton and I were very intrigued by them first two bulls. We were kind of waiting to see what that third one was going to be. He didn't quite fit the mold of the other two, but he is high quality. He's just a little more compact, not quite as later maturing as them other two bulls. In the class that round out the class here, pen 5213, again, another high weight per day of age bulls. Bulls that just got a ton of muscle and grow to them, very nice on paper. These bulls, I think, boy, if you want some extra data, you want some extra size and growth, you're going to really want to check these guys out. They got some scrotal to them, bulls that really fit together. Nice pen of three. There's maybe one bull in there I'd maybe just like to stouten him up right behind his blade just a little bit, but that's kind of with all these pins there, it's tough to get three of them. They're just right on the money, and we're going to have to put a little sort on them, but I commend that firm for bringing an awesome set of bulls to town, and I like a lot of things about them. So wow, what a Red Angus pen show. Just very, very impressive. I encourage you to don't worry about how Creighton and I place them. You go find the ones that you like and see if you can buy them or get some semen on them, or see what check out their data, their pedigrees. Go talk to these breeders. They make it worth their while here being here. So yeah, great set of bulls. Let's go ahead and put our hands together. Creighton and I will get champion in reserve.
Again, our judge, Mr. Scott Werning from Emory, South Dakota, and he's assisted by his son, Creighton. Our judge now will select our champion and reserve champion and place our class. And your champion pen of 3 Red Angus bulls comes to you from the Curn Red Angus firm of Briarcrest, Saskatchewan. Congratulations to the Curn Red Angus firm. Thank you for coming to Denver. And your reserve champion pen is the pen following them. That was the pen from 6 Mile Red Angus in Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan. Your third place set of bulls comes to you from the Frank Family Genetics in Chapel, Nebraska. Your fourth pin is the J6 Farm from Gibbon, Nebraska. Your fifth pin is from L83 Ranch, West Hope, North Dakota. Sixth was from the pin from Switzer Red Angus in Milford, Nebraska. And your final pin presented to you from S. Diamond Angus, Henderson, Nebraska. Congratulations to all of our Red Angus breeders. Thank you for bringing an absolutely fantastic set of animals and bulls here. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to go back in the yards, even though we're having a blustery day, and go visit with these breeders. And if you're interested in any of these bulls, I know a lot of them have bull sales, but please go talk to the breeders. You can pick the bull that works your program the best, and I think every one of these pins offers a great genetic package for any of your programs. Once again, folks, thank you, and now we'll go out and take pictures.